heavy movie talk before we went on the air today, and I feel like that's where we've been opening recently because last week we covered the film that I read the book for, and I'm still not going to remember the name of, with Ethan Hawke. Leave the World Behind. We covered, and but this week I saw Iron Claw, Kevin, and I'm itching for you to see it. Will you be waiting for streaming, or making a trip to the theater?
No, I won't be going to the theater. I don't go to the theater.
Maybe I can't imagine we wouldn't get a screener code for that, right? Like they're gonna be pursuing
What does it
awards.
do in box office?
It is. It opened at 5.1. It's currently at 8. Budget was 16 million. So a slow crawl. Theatrically, you can't expect a film like that to do it in the theaters.
Yeah,
That's gonna be the afterlife.
I said that it would be on Max in a month.
That'll make their money on whatever streaming contracts. Yeah, 4.8. That was the opening weekend.
So they made it for 6.
Oh, they're at 9.9. They made it for 16.
16. So they've got
Yeah.
they basically got to do 32 box
Basically,
office
yeah.
to break even.
Yeah. They won't get it at the box, I don't think, but unless it gets nominated, and then people go to see it afterwards. But I don't know if it'll get to 32.
I don't think it'll get nominated. It's too late.
For SAG? For SAG Awards, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was good. You know, I'd a B plus if I had to put a number. I hate that labeling thing, but like, I'd give it a B plus. The pluses, I think, were the acting. I think it's certainly worth seeing. It was very well acted, but
I saw a clip today on something that was Flair, and they had a close up of it was Flair cutting a promo, and Flair does not that didn't I did not see Rick in that.
But who could do Flair but Flair? I mean, that's like everything's a bad impression unless it's Rick himself.
Jay
And
Lethal.
You can't do that now. That would have been an interesting visual, yes. But you see, it didn't bother me like the Harley and the Rick, like that. Gino Hernandez actually looked pretty good in it, but those didn't bother me because it wasn't really germane to the story as far as those guys were kind of ancillary. But I thought the dialogue suffered a little bit. There was some moments where it was just like a little too on the money with what they're trying to say. And then I don't want to do any spoilers for you, but there's a bit of an afterlife scene, which would have been absolutely fine if no one opened their fucking mouth and we just watched the boys. Would have been very powerful. And then it's a little hard to watch Chris erased. I understand story-wise, it would have gotten very complicated if now the whole Chris storyline went in there. But I don't know. Like, I'm looking at a scene.
Yeah, but you're telling a story that's,
based.
But what does this say at the beginning? This is based on a true story?
Based on true events or something like that. But like I said, it was hard to watch.
Not my film, so.
No, I know. But I think it would bother you too. I think it will.
Yeah, no, it'll bother me, and I was close with Harley. It'll bother me that they, if it bothered Sean as much as it did, it'll definitely bother me.
The physicality on Harley, I thought, was pretty good. There's a promo scene. There's later Harley wasn't fit. He was a bruiser. He had the beer belly, but it was
he wasn't narrow shouldered.
You may be right. I wasn't focusing on the width of the shoulders. You're right. I didn't take that into account. The promo wasn't very
No, he
Harley-esque,
said it
but
was, and there's nobody on God's green earth that's been in the locker room with Harley for 3 minutes
that
watching them
doesn't do a
tires.
Harley.
Yeah, and that can't do a better Harley than that guy. So it's like, I
The
told
other
that
thing,
motherfucker.
that's day one in the locker room for you, right? At
Exactly.
WCW. Harley's Ash.
Who broke you in, kid?
Um,
Broke you in right.
the other thing that was a little strange, and it's in every film that touches on wrestling, they have to address this question creatively. How much kayfabe are you going to portray the sport as having? And they tried to retain a lot of the kayfabe in that Fritz would say things like, you're going to get your rematch, son, and you better make it count. Like, I think they should have just stripped that away. And you know what? Fritz's storyline, where he had total control of what the boys did. There was no, it wasn't your night tonight, son, out there. He had total control of who was getting the heavyweight title shot at Texas Stadium. Would have added so much more pressure to the Suns, because that's what it was
Especially
like.
once he said the scene I saw where he said, maybe I saw something else. Maybe I watched something on YouTube. It was like an hour-long special that Von Erickson came out 4 days after the film did, and it was mostly, it was all Kevin. It was them talking to Kevin, and then some clips of Fritz. And Kevin said that Dad definitely had a pecking order of who his favorite was, and it was Carrie after the youngest one died. They got shocked in Niagara Falls. Did they make reference to that?
There's a scene at the dinner table where Fritz says, "Now, Carrie, you're my favorite. Second to so and then it's you, David." He says, "But," he said, "but the order is free to change. It's all up to you guys." So the ranking system in the
But did
home,
they
I
make
guess, would get
any
released
reference to the youngest one
the
dying?
boy. They do make reference to the boy, and he there's that afterlife scene where we see the boy, but not Chris, not
Did they put the kid over? Does he get a win or?
the 5-year-old. Yeah, he looked to be in good shape.
Okay.
And Kerry wasn't, so he might have been able to get a quick win, maybe a sunset flip or something like that. But anyway, worth seeing, Kevin. I hope you get a code or something, and we can talk about Iron Claw.
Well, not after me saying I'm not going to go see it. They're not going to give me shit.
You'll see it.
You
won't go see it, but you'll see it.
There's nothing that I have to go to the movies and see.
Right.
Once that started to be a place where people walked in with AR-15s, no, there's nothing on earth that makes me have to go to a movie theater.
Right.
I can fucking wait a month. I can wait 2 months. If I'm not in the loop, I'm not in the loop.
Yeah, and nowadays everything hits the streamers really quickly anyway, so you miss much. Drop $20 and you can watch Killers of the Flower Moon already here.
Oh, if I don't. Steve said even if you're in the movie, if I'm in the movie, I don't watch it.
But if you're invited to the screening, you wouldn't go. You've been to screenings. I've seen you some red carpet footage from, I guess, Magic Mike.
I did Magic Mike more for Tamara and Tristan because I knew it was going to be at Man's Theater. I don't like the whole red carpet shit. It's not my gig.
Mm-hmm.
I hate getting dressed up.
Yeah.
So it's like, but I just thought like this is we can drive around. We can drive around L.A. There's a giant billboard at one end of Sunset, giant billboard on the other with us on it. We'll go to Chinese theater. We'll go to the after party. We'll go to the after party, and everybody will see how this shit goes. And
we can still say Chinese theater, right? Man's Chinese theater.
Asian
Is
theater.
that politically correct? I've got to say Asian.
It is
theater,
man's
right?
Chinese theater.
It's not China. You can't say Chinaman's theater though, but you got to put the man in the right place. Man's Chinese theater.
Right. Man's
Right.
Chinese theater.